Thanks for joining us today on Envision. We have some super exciting progress that's being made in Code to the Future. It's our computer science immersion program in 3 elementary schools. Thanks for joining us today on Envision. Dr. Brian Maher, wow, I had the opportunity to see this in action.
Were you out there?
What a great opportunity for these kids. And not only were they super engaged, they could actually tell me about what they were doing. So computer science immersion, it's a good thing.
Really good thing. You know, we're very early yet, so in terms of saying this is fantastic because right now I only have anecdotal evidence, but the anecdotal evidence I see, I think, are leading indicators of what we'll see down the road. The kids were so engaged. The staff that I talked to were so engaged.
Yes.
Kids are doing things that I certainly don't know how to do. And maybe above all else, when I walked out, what I saw was our kids are learning a different language. And a lot of our kids in our district learn Spanish, particularly at the Spanish Immersion program.
Right.
Fantastic program. Our kids at three of our elementaries are learning how to code, and it's its own language.
Absolutely.
And I believe over time it'll be universal. They're going to have skills, whether they go into computer programming or not. They're going to have skills that I think will help them be better math students, be better students, ultimately I think be better citizens, and have skills that will help them not only through school but beyond school.
Right, so we have the program at Hayward, Lowell, and Annie Sullivan Elementary.
Correct.
And it's a programming basis for kindergartners through 5th grade. And they're all doing something that shows the depth of knowledge that a kindergartner might understand and then a 5th grader might understand. And then you've got the adults who come in and view it, and we don't understand it at all, but it's very cool.
Right.
You've had an opportunity to showcase that each of our schools has had an epic build when the community has come in, which is what I participated in. But you've also had an opportunity to showcase that with other area superintendents.
Right. We had a showcase event where we had at Annie Sullivan, I don't even know the number of districts. It was in the 20s of South Dakota districts, Iowa districts, and Nebraska districts, as well as folks from the Department of Education here in South Dakota who came and saw what was going on. They actually walked around, had unfiltered access to students and to teachers to ask them questions about what they were doing, what they were learning, and what was going on next. The day after the showcase event, I happened to be in Pierre for a meeting with the governor and with the Department of Education, and the feedback I got from the Department of Education members who weren't able to be there was phenomenal. So I know that at the very minimum, it's very impressive to see. But I think beyond being a carnival event, I think what we're doing for a vast majority of our kids will be something that will help them lifelong, and I'm really excited about that.
Right, the problem solving that I witnessed happening right in front of me, I was asking one of the students, how did you get the background to change like that? And this is on a computer screen, and it's an animated opportunity for kids to sort of, I think they were making a path, and they had to move this little object through the path and not hit the edges and that kind of thing. How did you make the background change like that? And she said, well, just watch here. I'm going to show you, and as I show you, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to tell you how I made that happen. So she went, and I believe this was in the 2nd grade, maybe the 3rd grade, where she would, if I touch this here and I drag this here, and then I put these words in, it'll do this. And her ability to explain what she was doing was pretty superior to a lot of 2nd graders and the opportunities they have.
And what you just described there was a series of if-then statements, problem-solving statements, critical thinking statements, where we don't just have them get the right answer.
Memorize the formula or something.
They go through critical thinking and use those skills to logically and sequentially put together a game, something that they love in the end. But to get there, they have to go through those skills that we're trying to teach, sometimes through math equations, through addition, multiplication, division. It's just another way to have students think critically, and so far so good.
Absolutely. Well, it's certainly impressive to see, and impressive to see the excitement that the kids have and the staff as well. So
Right.
we look forward to continuing to report on that and report on the progress our students are making in that regard. Thanks for joining us today on Envision.